Hi, everyone. Sorry I couldn't be here today. This is Mrs. Kane. You are going to be creating a project today with your guest teacher. So I want you to be on your very, very best behavior so that she or he can give me the very best report possible. Just a couple of reminders. The art expectations are over here on the wall if you have any questions, but you need to be sitting at your table color, using level 2 voice conversations, sharing with the people at your table, being kinder than necessary. So let's show your guest teacher, let's show them your best, absolute best Parsons Pirates behavior today, okay? What you're gonna be working on while I'm gone is a important project. I know a lot of times you don't have important projects left with a guest teacher, but this one is super important because you're gonna be using this for your Christmas event that you're doing with Mrs. A. I know it's not your typical concert that you're doing, but she is planning something very special. And these will be on display as part of the decorations, so for everybody to see. So you want to be putting in your best effort today, okay? We're later going to paint these large Christmas ornaments and laminate them, and they'll be hanging up on display for this event that she's planning. All right, those are created, that ornament I just showed you is created using what's called a Zentangle. I'm going to show you very quickly some Zentangle patterns, and then we'll just get started on how to create the project. Hopefully you can see my screen here. Zentangle was an art form created by a book editor who was feeling kind of bored and just started doodling on the side of the paper, creating all sorts of different patterns. And so she started this art form called Zentangle. Become very popular. You've probably seen it even in different coloring books. Zen means peaceful, calm, and relaxing, and tangle means overlapping, repeating patterns. So she created this so that it's something that's peaceful and calming and not something that should be stressful to create, okay? So Zen and Tangle put together, we have Zentangle. We've worked a lot with patterns, so you should be pretty comfortable creating this. I'm going to give some packets out. You can have at least one per table. I know I don't have a ton, but you can have 1 or 2 per table that show these images, a lot of different Zentangle type patterns. You can see they're all done in black and white, which will be great for us painting later. You're going to create these with a Sharpie. And so these will be at your table for some sample images that you can look at. All right, so I'm going to show you how to get started on creating this giant ornament. We have to use art paper. I'm going to switch to my other camera. We have to use art paper because we have to be able to paint this, okay? And we cannot paint on the copy paper, it won't work well. So you're gonna have a giant ornament on the copy paper. Do not paint or do not draw on this paper. This is just gonna be your tracer. So you're gonna put that down on your table and you're actually gonna put the ornament onto this paper. All right, so switching cameras, here's my large ornament on the copy paper. I'm just gonna put this art paper down on top, which we have done before. Give your eyes a second to adjust. You should be able to see it's not a lot to trace. If something comes out a little bit different than what's on the tracer, that's okay. A large reason that I'm giving you the tracer is so that we all end up with something in a little bit of a consistent size, okay? You can actually leave this tracer right underneath if you want to kind of work as your placemat. We really want to make sure there's no Sharpies on the tables. I've been double checking and washing a lot of little things off of here. So when I come back in on Monday, I don't want to see any drawings purposefully done on these tables. Okay, to divide this up, you want to keep it simple. I would say like no more than 6 or 7 different sections, okay? Because that's a lot for you to make a lot of different patterns. So what I'm going to do, and yours can be different, you can divide it up differently, but I'm going to start right here in the corner. I'm going to make a line. I'm going to make another line, just making some large marks on the paper. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different sections. I think that's good. If you wanted to add another one, you can add another one in. But remember, you're making a lot of different patterns on here. You can make these lines thicker. You can make them have little white sections that you're going to keep in between your designs. That's up to you. Or you can just keep them the individual single line. Okay, now the next job is to start doing the patterning. This is supposed to be relaxing. using lines and shapes that we've worked on many times before. And you're just going to go in and start making your patterns. One thing about Zentangling is if you make a mistake as you're working, then you just work it into the design. We're not going to start over. So if a line didn't meet up where you wanted it to, or one kind of got a little too crooked, you're just going to kind of switch the pattern. So if I did that by accident, I need to change my pattern to now do this. Okay, so it's just relaxing and creating different patterns. Go slowly, right? You want to be doing your best work. These are going to be on display. You can go in and add more detail to each one if you want. They can be simple designs like polka dots. Notice I'm using the Sharpie very gently, so I'm not ruining the tip. We want to be able to use these all year. Maybe in between, you have some different lines. It's going to fill this in. Okay, so you're going to work till you have the whole entire ornament filled in like this. If you do not finish today, that is fine. I don't expect that you'll be finished today. We are going to continue to work on these, and then, like I said, we'll paint them later. Okay, so have a great Friday, and I hope that I get a great report from your guest teacher, and have a good weekend, and I will see you guys again next week.